Hello everyone and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are doing our weekend review updates. As you can see, I have you turned up just a little bit so you can see what's behind me. I do have a finish. This is the Wild West. I had to take a second and think. I've done so many of them. This is my Wild West. That is cotton cuts. I know it'd be easier if that was out of the way, but I can't lift that thing right now. But this is the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I believe it is Fall 2024's. But that is the Wild West in Dusty Rose. That is the small. It is just the size of a lap quilt. And I love it. This quilt is perfect size for me to sit in my chair and just lay it over my legs perfectly. So that is my only finish this week, but it's a perfect finish. The next thing that we're going to talk about is this. This is the Land That I Love that Tammy and I are doing every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. We will be finishing this quilt on July 31st. We have a very little bit to finish. You'll see right here. I have one more row ready. I think we have 2 more rows left to go. But this is my next row. I do need to sew that on. That is planned for this upcoming week. But we will be finishing this quilt on July 31st. Whether we've got it quilted or not, we're hoping to have the whole quilt top pieced. So y'all join us for that every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now that I have those updates completed, I can turn you down here to me. So I showed you this row here. I'm just going to put it over here on the machine. The next thing that I got done, if y'all saw this video, this was one day post-surgery that I did this, and I'm telling you, things were not thinking right. My Battenburg, I finally got my rows or my borders added to my Battenburg. I do not yet know what I'm going to back this with. I do have some bolts of fabric over here. And I think I may use the blue that I used with my Tree of Life. I may use that on the back of this. Even though it's not a Sweetwater. I do have the Red Barn Christmas, that is a Sweetwater that I could put on the back of this. It is the same red, but it's Christmas. And this is looking like Valentine's Day, actually. I mean, it's got hearts all over it. I just haven't quite decided what I'm going to use as the backing for this. I could use a dark gray, just have a solid color, but I don't know. I feel like I want to have not necessarily a design on it, but like a grunge maybe. That's what I'm thinking right now, is maybe a grunge. But I did get my borders finally put on the Battenburg. I do hope to be quilting this myself. Now, if you saw my shopping haul yesterday, you saw where I got some batting. That's not going to fit. It's too small. Actually, today, I'm recording this on Sunday night, but Monday, I have an appointment with my orthopedic surgeon to go see when he's going to release me, what he thinks my progress is. I think my progress is great because I'm up and walking. My range of motion is doing pretty good. I do know I still need to elevate and ice. That's going to be very hard to do at work because I don't have a way to elevate my leg. But I do have an ice machine that I can fill my ice bag up with. So, that I can do. I can ice. I may just have to carry me some pillows and pull a drawer out and stick my leg on top of some pillows and ice it that way. So, don't know yet what I'm going to have to do. But I figure tomorrow when I go to my orthopedic surgeon, I'll swing by either Hobby Lobby or my... I don't think Michael's has batting, now that I think about that. I'll have to go to Hobby Lobby or somewhere else and get some batting. So, this here is Land That I Love, though. This is the book that we are using right now to make that quilt. I still had it right here on my table, so I'm going to go in and put that up, put that row in there. I may even sew this tonight because I'm going to go on a live. I'm going to listen to it tonight, and I may sew that on tonight while I'm listening to the live. Who knows? I may go in and chat. I like to go in and chat with people. So that's Battenburg, Land That I Love, Wild West, Wild West, whatever it is. And then this is our Saturday sew along that we do. This is the Woodruff. This is a free pattern. I will have the link down in the description. This is the kind of pattern that just draws me in. I love them. I love the squares. This is technically a disappearing 4-patch. I love this. I am going to possibly make this bed size. And possibly going to get some flannel and back this with flannel and make it a bedspread for my bed at Christmas time. I'm hoping I have enough. I don't know. Let's see. How big does this say this is going to make this quilt? I know I've looked at it probably 20 times before and just never... I've probably even said how big it's going to be. But just never paid attention to myself. It says we're going to trim it down to 67.5 by 84. I am going to be putting borders on that. That's not quite a bed size. Now they do show here how to quilt. I don't know if I'm going to quilt this myself, but I do love how they show you. They show you how to do a template, and then they show you how to do it. It would be beautiful that way. And this is a larger bed one though, but I may try that. I may try doing that. I don't know, but I may. But I think... Well, it says it finishes at a 59.5 by 76.5. So that is definitely not big enough for a bed. I'll do the calculations and see how many more I need to do to make it bed size. Because I would like to make this bed size, and I would like to put a border around it. Maybe a 5-inch finished 5-inch border. So that would be a 5.5-inch. Yeah, so that would be a 5.5-inch, or I could do a 4.5-inch at 5 inches. So almost like a charm size. I don't know yet. So see, this is how my brain works. I muddle through things. I see the finished size is going to be a 59.5, and I do need it way bigger than that for a bed. Because if you put flannel on the back of the quilt, it will actually make that a really warm bedspread. But I would have to wash the flannel first. And I'm thinking I could do a flannel. I've seen these somewhere. And I've seen like some gray flannel that has designs on it. This is gray. It does have designs on it. I know you can't see it real well, but I'm holding it here in the light so you can see that. I could probably do some flannel. I don't know. I've got some fabric here that is big enough to do a backing But if I enlarge it, that backing that I have won't be big enough. So, but I really think this would make a beautiful Christmas time bedspread, and I can either make or find some white pillowcases with, you know, like either red or green stripes on it. Probably red, because that's just kind of the colors I go to. I really love the reds. So that is something else that we worked on this week. I'm trying to think if we had anything else. We had a pretty, I don't want to say uneventful, because I did get a lot done, and I got a quilt finished. I got a quilt bordered. I got some pieces cut. I got a row put together. So let's talk about what we're going to try to do this week. I will be putting that row onto my land that I love, possibly tonight. Like I said, I'm probably going to do that tonight. This upcoming Saturday on the Woodruff, we will be starting to make our 4-patch disappear. We will be cutting a 2.5-inch strip off the side, moving it to the other side and sewing it together, and then we'll be cutting a 2.5-inch strip from the top and moving it to the bottom. So that will be making our strip disappear, our 4-patch disappear. So we'll do that on Saturday. I will be getting the batting to quilt my Battenburg. Or, you know, guys, what I may do? I may take this to my local quilt shop and just say, hey, guys, here you go. Quilts it for me. That may be what I end up doing. Because quilting just isn't my thing. And I like leaving things that other people are good at. I am willing to accept that I'm not good at them and hand it over to someone else. That's not a very big quilt. I'm probably going to do it myself, because this is a small quilt, and I do want to do the quilting like I do on the Nantucket bags. Do it like 1/4 of an inch away from each seam, on both sides and both directions. So I want to do that this week. It may not happen this week. Let's see what else I want to do. Y'all saw in my shopping haul, I got these mats. Well, I was thinking about this. These mats, whatever I make, it has to go this direction. Because if I don't, and even a bag that folds up, my cherries are going to be upside down. So I'm probably going to have to use both of them, sew them together that way. So, but that'll be okay. Hobby Lobby has a whole bunch of these. If I need some, which I don't, I have a whole shelf in my kitchen that has dish mats on it. It's full. Like, half of the shelf, they're folded up, and I have them stacked side to side. So I have lots of dish mats. So I may even be able to go pull some out of that and make something out of them. I have some pretty fall ones, but I'm not going to use those. Okay, the next thing. Now, I sit here before starting to record and decided I'm going to make something else too, clothing-wise, garment-wise. I did get this fabric here to make a top. I'm going to make this top. Now, this top, when finished, is only 27.5 inches long from the back of the neck down. Okay, that's not long enough for me. So, I will be adding probably 2 inches to the length of the shirt. And being that it is a peplum style skirted shirt, I will be, of course, having to add to the width as well. But, you know, to make it flow properly, I will have to do that. And that is fine. I'll figure out what the slope of it is, and then just when I cut the pattern off, Oh, yeah, this, woo. Let me see if one of these other goes the length that I need. Yes. I like my shirts a lot longer. And it does add another inch on here if I go the largest size of this shirt. Which I'm actually going to be using the smallest size of this shirt, but cutting the length, the largest size, maybe plus some, because I really like that. But let me quit rambling on. This gingham here is the black and white gingham. I was looking at this other pattern here. I did not get this pattern for the shirt. I got it for the skirt. And the skirt that I'm looking at, one of them has pockets and one does not. I'm not going to do the one with pockets because I don't necessarily need pockets. I know I don't need pockets because I will have them pockets full of chapstick, keys, and my keys are heavy. My little roll-on perfume. I'll have them pockets full. I don't know. I may need pockets in. No, I don't need pockets. But I thought, and I even like the pants. I think the pants are real cute. I could probably even make, well, they show how to make like knee pants out of these as well. Maybe a little longer than a knee pant, which I like pants like that. I like pants that are flowy and a little bit longer. I could do that, but I think I'm going to do the skirt here. And do it in a black, just a solid black to go with the shirt. Oh, let's see, what kind? I would love to find linen somewhere, but I can't seem to find linen anywhere. Hobby Lobby does, well, what they have, she called it linen, but it was not labeled linen. And it's labeled duck cloth. And it's striped. So, but, I do like striped linen pants as long as the stripes are going up and down and not side to side. But I thought I would make a bottom to go with the top. But I got to get the top done first. I've got plenty bottoms that can go with this. I do have a pair of black flowy legged, what are they called? Like gauchos. I don't know if people know what gauchos are now, but I have a pair of pants. They used to be called gauchos. Now they're flare, flowy pants, whatever. But I do have a pair of black pants that will go with this shirt. If I get it made, I hope to get it made this week. And I'm just trying to think of anything else that I may have on my table this week. Really, I don't. What I am going to do tonight after I get off the video, I am going to sit down and write out projects that I want to work on, because I do have a project that I do want to work on. The quilt for Creative Notions, that sunflower quilt that came in the subscription box. I do want to work on that. I have right back here, I don't know if that's the fabric or not. I can't really tell in the camera myself, but that cats, love cats little quilt. I have the fabrics here to do that, but I've got blocks that I'm, like this right here. This is the flowering. We should be getting that box in a couple weeks. This is my peaceful baskets. I have a few more of those I need to make. And these right here are my Poppy Cotton Country Blessings. I need to get those done and get those quilts made so I can get them quilted and done too. So, getting all the things taken care of and done is what I need to be doing. But I do look forward, I'm pretty certain my doctor is going to tell me I can go back to work Tuesday, even though I don't know how much walking I can do. I can seriously tell you there will be no physical therapy happening. I will not be leaving work to go to physical therapy. Won't happen. I can do physical therapy sitting in my chair at work because I know the exercises I need to do. And honestly, I'm walking. That's the biggest thing. And I practice every single day. And I'm very conscious about how I step. And I'm making sure I'm not giving in to the uncomfortableness of it. I'm making sure I'm walking properly. I'm stepping heel, rolling all the way to the toe to make sure all of that is stretched out good. I'm making sure my leg goes to a straight position, that I'm not keeping it pulled up any, because that is one of the problems, and I do work really slow and do that when I walk. But my main thing that I'm doing right now for physical therapy is I do like the leg kicks in a sitting position. I do slowly, like say I can't tell you, like I'm sitting with my knees bent, I will raise my legs straight out. That is very hard to do right now for me because there is pain in it, but I'm slowly doing it, and I'm just bringing it as far as I can, and I'm holding it there, and then I'm slowly letting it back down. I'm doing that. I'm doing like the lifts with my leg when I'm in a sitting position. I'm doing the flex and the whatever that's called, like where you flex it and don't flex it, your foot. Because that does have something to do with the knee. It does pull things in the knee there, and it strengthens your leg. So I'm doing it on both of my legs. So, both of them will be strong. I won't have one with big old muscles in it and the other one look like a toothpick. My legs don't look like toothpicks though. But guys, that is what has gone on this past week and what I'm looking forward to doing this upcoming week. Hopefully, I get everything that I'm going to be putting on my list. Well, no, I'm not going to get everything on my list done. I'm just going to make a list of things I want to do and strive for that one. So that's where I'm going to go this week. And if I get one thing done, I'll be happy. If I get nothing done, I'll still be happy about it. It's not going to matter. It's all in my time. That's all it is. It's all in my time. But I'm going to enjoy it. If I get to do any or all, I will enjoy it because I'm here in my sewing room, and that's all that matters. Have y'all ever been that way? You may not do anything at all, but come in and look at and move fabric around. And I am going to be getting back to organizing my sewing room. I really need to do that. I did have somebody ask about the shop hop blocks that I did this year. I have not finished all of my blocks. I do have a couple of them done, but I have not finished all of them. One of them, I know I need to get the pattern from the quilt shop because they didn't have any when I purchased my block, and she sent it by text message and I cannot find it. So Miss Ava's the one that sent it. I'm hoping she still has it. But if not, it don't matter. Because I've seen the quilt that they did, and I really wasn't impressed by the quilt. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I just need to get the blocks done, see what I'm going to do, see if I'm going to do pillows out of it, do a quilt. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Because I really wasn't impressed with the overall quilt. There were some blocks that were beautiful blocks, but then there were some that just did not work. And that's where I was at. So guys, that's it for my updates. I hope you have enjoyed your week. I hope you have some beautiful finishes or in progresses going on. Give me a thumbs up before you head out of here though, and subscribe so you can see what I have going on. It looks like you know I've gotten fabric to do another shirt before now, and I've done my grandbaby some dresses. I don't really show a lot of my garment sewing here, but if I'm going to start doing a lot of garment sewing, I'm going to have to bring it along so I can have something to show y'all, because if I don't, I won't have anything to show. But I'm probably going to start, this is the time of year I do like to sew garments, because, well, I mean, quilting is not that bad for me in the summer because it's not laying over my lap or anything. Now, crocheting, I used to crochet, and I could only crochet in the winter time because it was just too hot in the summer to do that. But, you know, garment sewing, I like doing, and cooking. I may be bringing you guys along for some more Southern recipes that I do. and I hope to bring you along for some of those. But like I said, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.